Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dave. I teach you how to create automations in AI agents. So in today's video, I'm going to show you part three of the series that I'm making with a voice AI agent. Uh, in today's video, we're going to be showing you how to interact with your n8n workflow and ElevenLabs voice through a website. So I'm going to give you a template for the website that you can use for testing out, or you can use for your personal use if you like. It's totally free. Right on my website, you can get um, the template for it. There's going to be no coding involved. So if you have no idea how to build websites with code, don't worry. There's not going to be a single thing of code. We're just going to be changing one single line and that's it. And what you're going to end up with is a website where you can press a button. It activates your agent, your voice agent, and then you can interact with your ElevenLabs voice, executing an end-to-end workflow in the backend. If this is something that you'd like to learn how to build, keep watching the video and I'll show you how to get this together. Okay, so getting started here, we're going to start off with our template. So if you go to divtech.io/templates, you'll be taken to the site here where I have all of my templates saved. So you're going to look for the AI personal voice assistant, click on the green button. That's going to download the template. So you just save it, give it any name you like, and then you have it right there. So now going back into n8n, you're going to go into a blank canvas. You're going to click on the three dots on the top right. After that, just import the agent or the template that you just downloaded, and then this is the template that you're going to get in your workflow. Now, from here, you just want to add your credentials into Google Gemini or whatever large language model that you like. You can replace that. And then for the sub workflows, just make sure that you're mapping all of your sub workflows with these tools here. If you haven't created the sub workflows yet, or if you want to learn how to do that, I'll leave a link in the description for part 1 and 2 where I show you how to build all these sub workflows with these sub AI agents, and then you can get this working. Today's video, I'm just going to be working on the parent agent. So once you're done mapping all of your sub workflows into the parent agent, we're going to move on and get going with ElevenLabs. So once you've done that, that's pretty much it for n8n. You really don't have to do much else here. Everything's pretty much all set and good to go here for you. Okay, and then that's it. Now, once you're here, you're just gonna go to your desktop or anywhere you like, create a new folder, and give it any name. I'm just gonna name this one Web UI, just for simplicity. All right. Once we're in our empty folder, you're going to want to go to my GitHub. I'm going to put a link in the description for where you can get that as well. So once you're there, you'll see this page right here where it shows you the HTML, CSS, and then some instructions on what to do. You can go over that if you like, if you want to read that. But once you're there, you're going to open up the HTML file, copy everything. And then once you have everything copied, you're going to want to put that into a blank notepad. So going into our blank notepad right here, you're just going to paste that HTML in there, and then you're going to save the document. And remember, you're not going to do much coding here or anything like that. Make sure you're saving this as index.html. And then once you've done that, you hit save. All right, we're going to be using another blank notepad here. So if you go back into the main part of the GitHub repo, you're going to want to go into style.css. Now you're going to do the same thing. You're going to copy and then you're going to paste into that blank notepad. So paste it in there and then make sure you're naming this one style.css, just as I do here. Once you're done that, hit save, close, and then that's pretty much it. You're not going to have to do anything else with HTML, CSS. You don't need any knowledge of it. Now let's open up index.html right here. If you just open it normally, it's going to bring up the website that we're going to be using today. Now right here, I left a placeholder. This is going to say replace this line with the ElevenLabs code. So I'm going to show you what that looks like when you want to edit it. So if you right click on index.html and then you edit with Notepad or whatever tool you like, you can use a code editor. This is the line right here that you want to replace. This entire thing, even the p tags, not right now, but later on, we're going to be erasing that and replacing with our ElevenLabs widget. So that's pretty much it with the HTML and CSS. Nothing much else has to be done. Now we're going to go into ElevenLabs and we're going to configure our AI agents and connect that with our n8n workflow. So let's do that now. All right, going back into ElevenLabs in our dashboard right here, we're going to go from creative platform and we're just going to change that to agents platform. Then we're going to go into agents. And then once we're here, you can see all the agents that I've been testing with. We're going to be creating a new one today. So go ahead and click on new agent. And then we're going to select blank agent. Right here, we're just going to give it a name. Testing purposes, I'm just going to name it whatever. I'm just going to name it Alex. Then create agents. All right, once you're here, you're going to be taken into the section where you can configure your agent. So right here, you're going to see first message. Now this you can leave blank if you like. I'm just going to change it just to show you how it works. So I'm just going to say, hey Dave, how can I help you? So I'm just going to set it like that. All right, once that's done, we're going to work on the system prompt. This is going to tell your agent what to do and the instructions it's going to have on how you want it to work. So select this button right here to generate with AI. And then you're just going to give it a quick overview of how you want it to work. So what I said here was a helpful assistant that listens to the user requests and completes the tasks that are asked by the user. It generates a prompt for you. This is what it looks like. The last time I did this, it was a little bit more detailed. This one seems a bit more basic, but I'll just leave it like this because just to see how this works, it should be okay. We're going to add this line right here. We're going to go tools. And we're going to be using a tool. This is what's going to connect this agent into our n8n workflow. All right, now for the voice, you can choose the voice with ElevenLabs, a very large library of voices, like I showed you in my other video about ElevenLabs. But right now, I'm just going to leave it with Eric, who's apparently smooth and trustworthy. So once we go to tools, this is the tab that you're going to want to go to, and we're going to configure our tool. So you're going to go to add a tool, then add a webhook tool. So this webhook tool is going to connect with our n8n webhook trigger. So give your tool a name right here. Now this is how we're going to tell our agent how to use this tool and how to use it with n8n. And then this is the section where we're going to tell it how that all works and put it together. So next, we're just going to change the method to post. Then we're going to give it a basic description. It's just going to say, send the user's request to this tool and wait for the response. After that, we're going to go into this URL section, and then we're going to go back into n8n. Open up the n8n trigger, and then you're going to see this URL right here. Keep in mind, this is a test URL. You're going to see that other section that says production URL. When you publish your n8n workflow, it's going to start using the production URL. So just remember that after you publish, change that URL. I'll show you where you can do that. So going back into ElevenLabs, this is the URL section where you have to update the URL. So I'm going to put the test one in here since I'm just going to be in test mode. So just make sure you go back in here and update it to your production URL when you publish it. Now scrolling down, we're just going to go into body parameters. In here, I'm just going to put this right here that says extract the search query for the user looking to find more information. Now, so once you're here in this string section, you're just going to type in query. In the description below, you're just going to put the request made by the user. All right, once you've done that, hit add tool, and that's it. You're pretty much good, and you're set for the tool. Going back into agent here, we're going to go back into our system prompt, and now we're going to tell our agent to use this tool. So you're just going to type in the name of the tool, whatever name you gave it, in quotations, and a semicolon, and then tell your agent to use this tool. So right here for this example, I said, use this tool for all inquiries to access information such as calendar, contacts, and web search functions. So right here, I'm just telling it to use the tool that I just created and what it's used for. Going back into tools, we're just going to select this option here that says end conversation. This is going to allow our AI agent to end the call when we ask it to, so we don't have to end it manually. So once you're done that, there's this preview button on the top right. You can use that to test it out to make sure if your agent is using your tool properly and connecting with n8n. All right, so I'm just going to switch over here to this computer so I can use this microphone. But what we're going to do here is we're going to click on preview. And if you go here, you're going to see this orb here with this button that says call AI agent. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to test to make sure that our tool is working, which connects to n8n, and that our AI agent is able to pick up that tool and connect with n8n. So I'm going to hit call AI agent. It should pick up the first message right here, and then when I give it a command, what we want to see is that it runs the n8n workflow. So I'm going to hit preview. Just before I call the agent, I'm going to execute the workflow. Since we're in test mode, we're going to have to do this for each conversation. And then just remember that when you're in publish, you don't need to do that. So let's execute this agent, or sorry, the workflow. So I'm just going to be waiting for the trigger event. I'm going to hit call AI agent here.
Hey Dave, how can I help you?
Hey, can you check what's on my calendar for today, please?
Checking your calendar now. You have one event on your calendar today. It's go to the gym from 1:15 p.m. to 2:15 p.m.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
Happy I could help with your schedule. Have a wonderful day.
All right, perfect. So as you can see, it ran the workflow right here. It picked up what was on my calendar. It gave me I just put a test event, although I should be going to the gym. But let's exit that there. And then it also, if you remember, it sent this first message right here. The other thing that I wanted to point out is it also executed this action right here, this other tool, end conversation. So when I said goodbye, it ended the conversation as well. So you don't want to have to manually do that. Once you're done with it, you can just say goodbye and then it ends the call. So that's also what we want to test here. So that was a success. Now let's make sure that it works with the website. Now we're going to go to the widget tab. So once you're in the widget tab, this is where you get the code that we're going to be using for the website. So right here, this is what the widget is going to look like. And then this is the code that we're going to be using right here. So you're going to copy to your clipboard right there in the copy button. You don't have to type anything. It shows you the code for you. So when you copy that, we're going to go back into the files that we just created for the website. You're going to go into the folder. You're going to right click index.html, edit with Notepad, and we're going to go back to that line that I told you to replace. So you're just going to remove that whole thing right here and just paste. That's all you have to do. Nothing else as far as HTML stuff goes. So save and close, and then publish your agent. It's going to show you the changes that you made, and then just click publish one more time. So that's it for ElevenLabs configuration. We don't have to do anything else for that. Opening up the website now, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to see that placeholder gone, and then you're going to see the widget on the bottom left corner of your website. Going back to widget here in ElevenLabs, I'm just going to briefly show you some settings here. You can choose the way that orb looks like. So you can put a custom image if you like, if you don't want to use the orb. You can configure things like the size, the color, the whole color scheme. If you scroll down a little bit here, you can see all the different settings for the color and the positioning for the widget. I'm just going to leave it where it's at right now. Just for keeping it simple, not a big deal for me. But going back to the website, this is what the final product looks like. All right, switching back to this view so I can use my mic. Let's do this test one more time, this time with the website. So I'm going to execute the workflow here. All right, waiting for the trigger. Now over to the website, you're going to press start a call. For the first time, you're going to see this prompt right here. Just make sure you hit accept. All right, right now, if we press this phone call or this call button right here, it's going to activate the agent. Just one more thing I wanted to add before I do that. If you're running this for the first time in your web browser, it might hit the same allow notifications that show up. Just make sure you're hitting allow so you don't block your agents. All right, so I'm going to click on this call button, and then these are the permissions that I was talking about here. So I'm going to hit allow.
Hey Dave, how can I help you?
Hey there, can you please check what's on my calendar for today, please?
No problem, Dave. Let me quickly check your calendar for today. You have one event on your calendar for today. It is to go to the gym from 1:15 p.m. to 2:15 p.m.
That's everything. Thank you.
Happy I could help with your schedule. Have a wonderful day.
Perfect. And it ended the conversation there, just like how we want it to do. So that's it, guys. Shorter video than the last time. I hope everything was clear and it was helpful for you. I think this is a really cool project for yourself, or if you want to use it personally. One thing I want to add, if you do want to publish this website publicly, just make sure that you're adding some security to it. If someone ends up using this agent, they'll use up all your credits and you don't want that. Set up some authentication or something like that, but that's getting more into the technical stuff. So if you know how to do that, just make sure that you add some security to this website. But otherwise, if you just leave it on your computer, no one can access it online. It's locally stored on your computer, so it's private. You can leave it like that just for you to use while you're on your computer, and you can connect to your n8n workflow right from your browser using that website. So if you like content like this, please like and subscribe. I hope you guys liked the video. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching again. Happy automating, and I'll see you on the next one.